Good morning, everybody. I hope you are enjoying our escape to nature feed thus far, and welcome to Madikwe Game Reserve up in the northwest of South Africa, close to the Botswanan border. And we've started our somewhat wet, miserable and drizzly day with a beautiful pale chanting goshawk who is enjoying the views from atop his dead tree on his perch there. Highly unlikely to take flight under these conditions because, of course, being a bird, it's not really conducive to fly in the rain, especially when you're a big heavy bird like this, because it expends an awful lot of energy, just like swimming when you've got your clothes on. It's not very easy. So quite what this individual is doing, we're not quite sure, just enjoying the view, I think. Possibly looking for a little rodent or something scurrying around in the grass beneath it. But I don't expect a great deal of movement from him or her anytime soon. But just to introduce myself this morning, my name is Ben, and on camera I have got Eagle with me. And as I said, we are busy coming to you live from Madikwe. Beautiful area up here. See the red Kalahari sand on the road in front of us, dominated by sort of quite thorn-felt, scrubby features in this area. And we've enjoyed some wonderful sightings up to now over the last week or so that we have been up here. Loads and loads of elephants, more warthogs than I can ever remember seeing, lots and lots of general game, and of course the occasional magnificent Kalahari lion, which if we're lucky, maybe we can find some today. But as you may be able to see, the conditions are somewhat against us today. It has been raining pretty much constantly now for the last 2 hours, I would think. But it's not dampened our spirits, and we are out and about, and so hopefully going to show you some great sightings. But it's not all about the big things, so there's some really interesting little things here as well. We actually were enjoying some banded mongoose a little bit earlier this morning, but they've all taken cover. And so now we've got one of our most common raptors in the area, the pale chanting goshawk. Somewhat specialised to sort of the western and central areas of South Africa. We have the dark chanting goshawks over in the Lowveld.
Ian, you would like to know if herons ever hunt terrapins. For the most part, these guys like amphibians and fish, but never say never, anything is possible in the wild. However, that being said, terrapins in general is not something you see predated on often. They have a horrible stench to them, and I think the animals definitely pick up on that as well. And of course, there's a lot of trouble they have to go through then, breaking the shell, sort of getting to the actual flesh. So never say never, anything's possible. They can. But their preferred meals are definitely fish, which hopefully we will see now, as well as amphibians. Tarim. Wapata! I don't know if he actually got something, but that seemed like a rather dramatic show he put on for us. But I do believe he most probably got a fish. Could have been a small catfish, could have been a tilapia. If they do get amphibians, often you'll see them sort of just trying to figure out the legs first, and then they'll devour their meal. Ooh, yes, another one. This guy is going full on in today. I think he didn't expect the water to be this deep. Or he just really wants a clean face today.
Quite the scene in front of us here. Look at this. We have got one lioness and 2 sub-adults feeding on what was a wildebeest carcass. Well, it is a wildebeest carcass, was a wildebeest. Looks like they took it down last night. The second adult female of this pride is still sleeping off a very large meal somewhere off in the distance behind us. but the rest of them are still gorging themselves on what is left here. But what a spectacular scene. You can see the young male in the middle. He looks to be around about 2 years of age, and he will be putting away just as much as the adults. The growing boy, he will need many, many kilograms of food in a sitting, probably on average work out to be about 8 or 9 kilograms a day for a big male lion. The one on the right, she is the adult. It's got a little scar on her left cheek by the look of it. We did see these ones a couple of days ago, and it looked quite fresh then, so whether it looked like it was a claw mark, so possibly from a little altercation with maybe the other female. But there's the young male, and you can see his mane beginning to come through now. Busy making the most of this protein-rich treat that they managed to secure themselves. The young female on the left is just tugging at the skin there. Of course, there will be some sinew and some layers of fat and things there that she's very keen on. You can just see her having the occasional lick of the rib cage there and what looks to be the pelvis. Remember, she's got a very, very rough tongue which can literally strip flesh from bone. And the female seems to have opened what looks to be the chin sort of area and the neck. But there isn't much meat left. They've pretty much destroyed this in the space of 12 hours or so.
Look at these cuties. They're ugly, but they're cute. What a magnificent sighting we just had with Ben. Again, Ben, stop it with this na 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 na. You've not yet seen cute baboons, so I guess I'm one ahead on that one. Yes, you tell him, smack him. Whew, that's a feisty little one. Oh yes, no. See, that would not work for me. I would smack you if you bite me on my ear. Or in my eye. Ow! Of course, this is a way for baboons to bond. As you can see, this one off to our right. Mommy's cleaning the little one. That is also a form of bonding. And of course, cleaning it. But I must admit, even though I'm not fond of these guys, they are very interesting to observe. Especially when they... What is that one doing? Especially when they have little ones. Now baboons, specifically these ones, the Kechma baboons, they form what we call oligarchies. So I always refer to it as a mini mafia within a troop. So there's a lot of hierarchy and ranking that goes on. And it's not just males that have the actual hierarchy in a group. There's big females as well, and often you'll see younger baboons coming up to the females specifically. Oh, wait for me, Mom, I'm trying to get onto you. Especially when they've had the youngsters, you'll see young baboons like this one now. They'll attempt to groom the little one, and that is actually a show or display of respect to the female, so she can sort of put in a favor or a good word with the big males in the troop.